You know right, assassin me. Airport and my moja nananu shegu edigu on my
Me mo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Ensem koso ewo Ghana. Revelations eba na case bia I think earlier this year we reported on it. It was a case of the director of ASEPA, Mensa Thompson. Muni amobekaya embra ye beti se President Akufo Addo presidential jet wofa jet and board in luxurious jet no. Asem eba abonten eka say President Akufo Addo denti a won use presidential jet no say ninua ena o use. Nti mekai say Class FM omo breaking news no wo ho. Say ASEPA phone so etua so ekan. Na President Akufo Addo ninua a friend Edward Akufo Addo ne bu efuye. Emma waka say what the Class FM ene ASEPA for court because omo etwantre gu ne so omo defame no omo asen ne din ama enkrofo edi na tem ama nnwuma bi a ewo se wonya no onya because ya say ne din say onumu na wo use presidential jet na asem no akwa akopie mu wo court ena say ende omo call court ena President Akufo Addo ni nua baa because na wo say ye ne cross examination the lawyers of ASEPA or say wo mo ye President Akufo Addo cross examination ti no ensem wo call so wo court no eno ena me ba be kenkan atremo because there are some revelations bia
Melodies TV now, on YouTube.
How Akufo Addo's brother was grilled in court over use of presidential jets. Also, when President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo's brother appeared before the Accra High Court, where he's suing Class Media Group, the executive director of the Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, ASEPA, Mensa Thompson, and others for defamation, lawyer Victor Adawudu grilled him under cross-examination. Also, lawyer Adawudu was representing the executive director of ASEPA, Mensa Thompson. Also, Thompson is accused of falsely claiming on the Accra-based Class FM that Mr. Akufo Addo traveled to Abuja for his personal business using the presidential jet. Now, Mensa Thompson asemwa wakan no enu hunti ene ede no akwa jina court. Now, I say Edward Akufo Addo in his answers, Edward Akufo Addo in his answers to some of the questions posed confirmed using the presidential jet 2 or 3 times only in the presence of the president. Omoko PM wo court no. Mensa Thompson lawyer cross examination grele President Akufo Addo ninua yeka cross examination a eno na lawyers ni bebre na epe. In fact, and I'll always quote this 2020 election petition. No? One thing that I was looking forward for was the cross examination between Chachichi Kata and Jin Mensa. Until up to now, said judges now must cross examination number so no up to now yemeya because judges ne penye MRC dunketia ye ne cross examination. Now so we do Jin Mensa ye be no cross examination no omo ampene. The cross examination no na ye bisa nipa kro nsem na senior judges no de lawyers no mo ye good no cross examination ye be ma we hu say asem no o ka ne kra na ana wo twa ntro because lawyer no ye good wo be ya mase wo twa ntro kra na to kra no ebe den ebe pie na nkrofo psychologist ka asem bi say if you tell a lie to cover a story you have to tell more lies to keep covering that story, but at a point you break. Not just say we try to back efa asem bi ho a not just say afei e was so try to
TV on YouTube.
Be ye den kra na ye bisa onsem e bedu baby no be ka ne kra but unya ka ne kra ne ye ne kra nti ne ye den a eno ana wo ho nti ye President Akufo Addo ni nua no cross examination and o admit say oh private jet ne dey we use be 2 or 3 times in the presence of President Akufo Addo. We used to private jets like 2 or 3 times. Now, was it Bounty, as he's known, popularly, had earlier indicated in his suit that the claim by the accused was utterly false and a product of the defendant's imagination. He demanded, among other reliefs, that the court orders Thompson to pay 10 million Ghana cedis as damages. And you see, court no. Sue now was Sue Mensah Thompson no. In krata animu no. Asemo a wotro ene say, won use jet ne da. Na asemo a ye ka say we use jet no e ntro. De ye twa ntro afa ne ho. Inti no Mensah Thompson entia 10 million Ghana cedis. Also, the brother of the president on October 31st opened his case and informed the court of his decision to rely on his 6-page witness statement. Here is a portion of the transcript of what transpired in court between lawyer Victor Adawudu and Edward Akufo Addo. Intino, in some way, course or court no, and no, and I may babe can atrel. Now, question ini, or say, have you ever boarded the presidential jet? And no answer say, yes, my lord, 2 or 3 times with the president and once with the first lady. Or say, can you tell this court the destination when you use the presidential jet with the president? Or say, I believe to Kumasi and with the first lady returning from Kumasi. Or say, is it your case that the 2 consecutive flights that you had with the president was from Accra to Kumasi and back? Or say, yes, to the best of my recollection. Tibisane say, we use presidential jet nida. Or say, ane 2 or 3 times. Na nini nebu no. First, bakwa wakai. And they say, one president
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Bakunso wakai and say, one first lady no, omufri Kumasi eba and crime. And a lawyer nibisane say, sa 2 consecutive flights ya woka say wo fire with the president no. Na eye Accra to Kumasi and from Kumasi to Accra na. And oka say ane say wo dwendwen no pese okai yie pa no kware nti 2 times no ni Akufo Addo fire jet no na from Accra to Kumasi and Kumasi to Accra. See, the president's brother explained that he boarded the jet because the president asked him to accompany him. See, it's having the privilege of using the private jet with your brother, His Excellency. In what capacity did you board the jet? Inti lawyer ni bisane say, inti wo kwatina jet ni mu with the president no. In what capacity? And I would fire in capacity I can't say well chimu. To me, I'm the capacity to me, right? To me, ben, and I would fire. And I say, oh, President Akufo Addo nekas won kongo jano. I say he asked me to accompany him. I say in other words, you did not go with him as a public official, not so. So be saying to only president say kono, one quarter say we a public official. And yes, sir. And I say that is so. I am not a public official. I say ane wonye aban enipa. Until lawyer ni bizan say one call in the name of aban nipa or say dabi onye aban nipa. And I say, and the privilege extended to you by the president was because you are his family, not so. To be saying, you know, President Eka se brana betina jet nimu na monkono. Na tre se uye nebusie ni nintia. Enya sa na. And I say ane eyesa, I am his brother or ye ninia. See, he was then questioned on
Melodies
how much he
TV
paid
on YouTube.
each time he boarded the jet. Mr. Akufo Addo replied that he did not pay anything. It will be say, saying OTI or far jet no, and also when say I didn't pay anything. The president did not ask me to pay. And the yes, be say, putting it to you that the courtesies that you enjoyed without paying were borne by government machinery from public funds. It's like an trying say. Mede tu wenim say president amma wentia no na tre say the taxpayers money and na yede etua ama wo de atena jet ni mu nti lawyer no and e kan sa tre president Akufo Addo ninia and o ka say I am sure the flight was paid for from public funds. I do not think my joining the flight incurred any additional cost. My brother was going there in any event. And o ka say oh oni de onim say president Akufo Addo de wo 2 jets na a taxpayer enetia. Na wono de na Akufo Addo ekodeda. And Akufo Addo ka say wono mbra mbeka ono nko. Te yade na Akufo Addo eko, yade na taxpayers no mutia de dan. So no a wokoti na emu no emfa eka bia enye den emma meto taxpayer ne so because na Akufo Addo de yade a oko. Akwa say obi mo obi lift. Umo obi lifter. I say baby a walk on a one and the pacon so point but now can anymore or no so say a cabin new a bed a better also. What you say now? I think Otiaso was the background. The ASEPA executive director alleged on the media outlet that Edward Akufo Addo had used the presidential jet for the private trip to Abuja. Also, the plaintiff subsequently dragged Thompson and Class Media to court for defamation, demanding 10 million Ghana cedis as damages. And so I think that this is the end of the story. This is quite interesting going on in court right now. Let's see how it turns out. But I'm going to try and comment box to me.